Guys, long time no see. I know, me too. Same boring lifestyle. Just really been bored. But more to the point, this is some pretty not as interesting as I thought, but it's really more of a approval thing that I had to decide upon doing. So today I'm gonna talk about the so-called 7th gen Pokemon that was teased in the beginning of the Hoopa movie, and I'm gonna put that in this video as well, so stay tuned for that. But I'm just going to give you guys the teaser of it all, and then I'll give my perspective on it after the fact, so stay tuned. Okay, so pretty much you just saw just a small teaser, nothing serious, pretty much just that little green and red blob that's gonna come into the opening sequence, then it's gonna disappear after the so-called Mega Zygarde or so-called next gen legendary Pokemon. But my thing is this: we all know that there's a Pokemon that has that specific coloring, and I really doubt it's a new Pokemon, to be honest, because if it were such a big thing, it wouldn't have specifically looked like a Pokemon that we've already seen before. I'm not saying that Pokemon is not interesting. I'm saying that wasn't really a hint to the audience. It was really just saying, okay, we're gonna let this little blob come out the circle of the O of Pokemon. So yeah, you guys just have to put up with that. And my thing is that, given the circumstances of everything, even with the fact that we all know that Pokemon X and Y is now actually reaching it's losing viewers actually. So even with the new Hoopa movie, it's not really all that interesting if we even get a 7th gen Pokemon's region, which given the fan base that X and Y has, and the fact that they only made Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire just because they knew that X and Y was not going to be that interesting. They probably just want to figure out something, you know, probably give us something new. It might just be another Pokemon we're going to be able to put in Pokemon ORAS. But I mean, it's good to think that we're going to get another region of Pokemon, you know, given that most of the regions of the Pokemon seasons have lasted 2 to 4 years. So if I had to guess, I would think that the next time we see this little so-called next gen will probably be the middle of next year, if I had to guess. But I honestly, it's not about if I'm not a fan or not. I think that the franchise is just at that point of where they're getting ready to stop. I mean, I hate to think like that, but I think that's the case, because you get to the point of where you've been doing something for so long, even if you have concepts that you haven't used before, you could use them, and then you're going to be out of ideas, and then it's going to be a whole lot of all of this craziness. So looking at it like that, what do I think of this Pokemon that somehow magically appeared out of the O in Pokemon? Not so much. And what do I think of this so-called Mega Zygarde or next gen legendary? Still nothing. If anything, it's probably some fusion between Zygarde, Xerneas, and Yveltal. If it's something ignorant like that, then that's all I'm gonna say about it. But you guys can decide for yourself. I'm just letting you guys know that this whole thing is probably nothing to get too hype about. So with that, stay tuned for more.